Welcome, traveler. You have summoned the Phoenix Gate, or it has summoned you. This gate appears when comfort readings will no longer provide the clarity and truth you require. I am the Golden Rose, your High Priestess and Psychopomp with you in this liminal space. If you are ready for truth, let the crossing begin. What is the current energetic state of my viewer? The self. Figuring out what that means, discovering it. I'm pulling up the book to read to you what the book says, what the author's meaning for this card was. The soul, the witness, the watcher. The self is the prism that allows the spectrum of our personalities to radiate. It does not judge, prohibit, suppress, or oppress any of its parts, as it lovingly knows that all aspects have a time and a place, and leads us to experience the full breadth of life's offerings. The self is the central abiding container, the awareness of the infinite universe of possibilities. When this card appears, it's a call to step back into witness consciousness, to observe yourself navigating the world. Ask yourself, am I the stew or am I the chef? In most situations, our ego draws us into the cauldron where we swirl, spin, and smolder in chaos. Yet the self is a graceful culinary dancer, watching, waiting, observing as the spectrum of ingredients becomes the flavor of our life. Look in the mirror for 30 seconds or more. Attempt to see the you behind the you. I find it actually quite amusing that it talks about mirror gazing. You can take a mirror, hold it in front of your face in dim light, and allow your eyes to relax and just observe. Just observe what happens. It's actually quite a trippy experience. But this card and the prism of the self, this is being aware that all of these fragments, these fractals of who we have been in the past, all played a part in the tapestry of our greater being. And our greater being is more than the sum of its parts. So stepping back and witnessing your thoughts, your actions, behaviors, and not necessarily making the choices, but just observing how you align and where you fit in the energies around you is the state that I see yourself in. Kind of an awareness of who you have been and who you want to be are the energies that I see you sitting in right now. Where has my viewer surrendered their power as they sit in this witness observer state? After yesterday's events, there might be a little bit of shock or awe in that observer state, kind of abiding in the time to see what happens, and that's okay. Where has my viewer surrendered their power? You've surrendered your strength. True strength is found in patience, compassion, and inner peace. You have the power to face challenges with calm resilience. Let kindness and understanding guide you. By mastering your emotions, you align with the gentle yet unshakable power within you. So this is really kind of observing and witnessing where you have given your strength and your power away. Maybe around what your definitions of strength are. Today is March 1st, 2026. So if you are observing this reading today, you may be having a lot of questions around strength. You may have outsourced your agency and authority to others and viewing yourself as a lesser component. This is bringing to mind the analogy of the house, right? The walls and the door protect the house. They are solid, they are heavy. When they are locked, if an intruder came in, they can't get through that. And the lock is made of steel and it is strong, and it is often a bar or a post, and it is stable and secure. And these are larger structures, but all it takes is the tiniest of key to get entry. So where have you surrendered your strength or outsourced your authority and agency in that area to others? Where are you relying on someone else? What illusion keeps my viewer compliant? To this narrative about their strength. I don't take reversals, but both of these cards would be in reverse. So far, all three of these cards would be in reverse. This is the High Priestess card. Intuition. The answers you seek lie within. Trust your inner voice and allow it to guide you through uncertainty. Patterns from the past may obscure your vision, but your intuition knows the truth. Create stillness in your life to access the clarity and wisdom already within you. So this is about trusting yourself, not outside voices, right? And right now, especially if you are watching in this time period, and this is timeless reading, but if you are watching in the current events of 2026 in March, there's some shock and awe, some world power things going on, which means there are going to be a lot of people around you. And no matter what time period you find this in, there are always people around who have opinions and perspectives. Do not surrender your intuition to the voices, perspectives, and opinions of others. Don't outsource your agency and authority. And that's what I see occurring here, is an outsourcing of agency and authority. But you are sitting in the self, which is the witness and the observer. So you're observing these things. There's some passivity that is occurring here. The other card that came up was celebrate. Success and recognition are within reach. Your hard work is paying off and others are taking notice. Celebrate your achievements, but stay grounded. This moment is a reminder that perseverance leads to triumph. So this question was about the illusions that keep you compliant. And like I said, all three of these cards would be in reverse in order to answer those questions. So where are you not celebrating or expressing gratitude for yourself, your accomplishments, your strength, your intuition, and inner knowing? Where are you allowing others to speak for you or on your behalf when your intuition is telling you something different? Where are you remaining passive and allowing the winds of change to just sweep you by? What truth is my viewer ready to live? You are ready to live in inspiration, inspired actions. This is a Wands card. A new spark of creativity ignites within you. This is the moment to take action on your ideas and passions. The potential for growth is immense. Trust your instincts and begin. Your efforts can now lead to significant opportunities. Do not be a passive force in your own world. What if all that is wrong in the world and all that is missing in your life is your own voice and your own frequency, because you are outsourcing your intuition and your strength and not celebrating your gifts, skills, and abilities? Where do you not see them? The truth you are ready to live now is that you have everything within you to take the inspired action that is already calling to you. You already know what this action is, and you are ready. What boundary must my viewer establish? Review. So this is a boundary around yourself to not be sitting back in this constant state of review. This is you're doing some overthinking. You're looking at loss and lack and limitation, everything that is wrong, and not acknowledging the good that is within you, your own skills, gifts, and abilities. You may feel disconnected or uninspired, unable to see the opportunities around you. Take time to reflect on what you truly desire. A shift in perspective can reveal the gifts already present in your life. So shift your perspective about yourself and your place in the world and your role in it. Let us pause at the threshold to take in the view. We have felt what was ending and what truths asked to be faced. Change often carries grief alongside liberation. We are addicted to familiar forms of suffering, and we carry grief for versions of life that never happened. Oftentimes, we also carry a fear of being seen. These from emotional debts, invisible contracts that hold us back. So before we take flight from here, let's take one audible, slow breath. We're going to breathe in for a count of 6, hold for 4, then we're going to release the stagnant energies for a count of 8 audibly. Ready, in. Hold. Release. Now let's reveal the wings you are forming. What decision restores my viewers' agency and authority? I'm going to scoot this up just a little bit. Wisdom. Seek guidance through tradition, teaching, and mentors who inspire you. The answers you need are grounded in tried and true wisdom. By honoring these principles, you'll find clarity and direction. Trust the power of knowledge to light your way forward. Trust your own inner wisdom and intuition. You already have received the inner guidance. Where you have been outsourcing your strength and intuition, your agency and authority, look at those individuals and ask yourself, are they living a life I want to live in value and guiding principle? And if the answer to that question is no, then this is calling you to seek wisdom from more ancient traditions, from people who are living a life you want to live. Hold values and guiding principles that you want to embody and follow those, and not the voices of naysayers around you, the critics, those who cast doubt. So the decision that restores your authority is to trust in your wisdom and the wisdom of people living the life you want to live. What single action serves as sign, symbol, or proof to my viewer that they have crossed this threshold and are entering their new phase? We're moving from passivity to self-trust and action. Being more embodied, less in mind. Living purpose fully. Ooh, there's a card turned around. Honesty. Honest self-appraisal. But the sign or symbol that you have crossed into your new threshold is honesty. It has always been said that honesty is the best policy. Always remember to be honest with yourself and others. So this will gain you a more honest perspective of yourself and the world around you. When you step out of this kind of stinking thinking, this negative self-appraisal, and begin to trust your intuition, your own strength and wisdom, to celebrate your achievements, when you start looking at those honestly, you will find that you have more honest relationships. So you will see an increase in truth. What internal or external support is available to my viewer as they cross this threshold? The scholar. So pointing back to the wisdom card, investigation and research. Don't just believe the opinions of others. Challenge them, test them. Test them against tried and true wisdom, against what has worked, both for you and for others. So seek wise counsel, those living the life you want to live, holding values and principles that you want to hold, and follow what they do. Trust your intuition and your fortitude to find your own way, your own creative interpretation of life. So this is both within you and in those around you. This is internal and external support. You have the capability. Do you trust it? Remember that when you are looking at leadership, authentic leaders provide clarity. Predatory leaders, those bent on consuming others, offer ambiguity and confusion. So use that as a compass when interacting with others, in who you are seeking as your wise counsel and your guide. What message does their evolved self send back to them now as they are crossing this threshold? What do you want them to know? Right away. 1. One I seek, one I know, one I see, and one I call. No aspect of your life is separate from your spiritual journey. All is unfolding according to the divine genius, and there is a sweet shift in store for you. Though circumstances may appear dire and you may feel despair, there is an avenue through which fulfillment and resolution will be granted. Peace to you, my friend. So you are being guided. The Phoenix Gate has opened. The fire has claimed truth. The ashes have been witnessed. The wings are forming. What you carry forward from this gate is yours to nurture, protect, and grow. Transformation is rarely loud. It is often quiet choices repeated over time. You are allowed to move at the pace your truth requires. Thank you for crossing this threshold beside me. If this reading spoke to your journey, you are invited to share what resonates in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. I'd love to have the opportunity to witness and support you on your journey. Until the next gate summons, I send you my love.